Since I was a kid, I've always wanted a superhero physique. A physique that was strong, but lean and also athletic and flexible. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to get there and to maintain it, and how you can also get a superhero physique this year. Now let's start off with number one, eating clean. Now it goes without saying, your diet is the most important part in this process. Calories in versus calories out. That's all it is when it comes to eating clean. You want to make sure that you're eating enough calories, but also getting in your protein and getting in the energy that you need to be able to train heavy, to be able to do the stretching and the mobility work necessary to be flexible, to be, strong and athletic. Now, the foods that I eat, obviously, I always promote vegan, whole foods, plant-based. I am vegan. I've been vegan for 4 years now, and I just feel like it's better for your body. I'm vegan for ethical reasons, for the animals, but in terms of a health perspective, plant-based foods are just generally more healthy for you than meat or dairy. Your diet should be something that you enjoy, something that you can do for the rest of your life. So make sure that the foods you're eating in your caloric range are foods that you actually enjoy and foods that fill you up. Because trust me, I've been there so many times. If you make your diet too restrictive, you are going to fail. So don't make your diet too restrictive. So eating clean, first you need to figure out how many calories you need. I've made a complete guide on how to calculate your calories, how to calculate your macros. The link will be in the description box down below. It's completely free. You can figure out, from your weight, how much you weigh, from your exercise levels in the week. You can figure out how many calories you need. Once you have your number, put it in whatever tracking food tracking app that you use. I use MyFitnessPal, but learn how to track your food, learn how to track your calories, learn how to start weighing your food. And I know that it's not necessary to track every single thing you eat. I like doing it. I highly recommend it. I don't track my food every day because I eat the same kinds of foods every single day, to a point where I know how many calories I'm eating because I've just eaten the same kinds of foods over and over again. So I started off being skinny, and then I gained weight, and then I lost weight, got shredded. No matter what body type you are, you need to figure out your calories and use that as a starting point. Because if you figure out your calories, it's not always exact, it's not always 100%, but it's a good starting point. And I recommend weighing yourself every single morning and then averaging it out during the week. So let's say you weigh yourself from Monday to Sunday, add it all up, divided by 7, that's your average. The reason why I do this, I weigh myself as soon as I wake up and as soon as I've gone to the bathroom every single morning, because that's how you're going to know how you're progressing. And your weight can fluctuate day by day, which is why it's a good idea to average it out. If you're not weighing yourself, you can't measure progress. You can't just go by photos. You can't just go by, how you feel, how you look. You could be losing fat. You could be losing weight in areas you can't even see, which is why I highly recommend weighing yourself. Another reason why it's important is because you don't want to lose weight too fast. That's also bad. So make sure you weigh yourself every single day and make sure you're eating good foods that you enjoy within your caloric range. I'm eating around 23 to 2400 calories right now, and I feel like that's a sweet spot for me to still get leaner and leaner, but also feel full, feel satiated, and I barely get hungry. Number 2, now this is, all the tips are just as important, but number 2 is cardio. A lot of people put too much importance on cardio when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to getting leaner, getting stronger. Honestly, cardio-wise, I don't like to do too much cardio. I barely do cardio in the gym. The only cardio that I do right now is steps. And even the only cardio that I did to get leaner, to get shredded, was walking more, getting 10,000 steps. I started off with 10,000 steps, and then I increased it to 12,000, 15,000, the deeper and deeper I got into my cut. So I highly recommend getting a Fitbit tracker or some sort of tracker that tracks your steps. I'll have the one that I use in the description box down below, which is a Fitbit. It works perfect and it's budget friendly. That's all I need, is just to know how many steps I'm taking. Don't worry about heart rate. Don't worry about any of that other stuff. Use your tracker to track how many steps you're doing. Because Sure, you have a phone, and your phone does measure your steps, but it insanely undercounts how many steps you take. Because when I wear my tracker, and I have my phone on me at the same time, my phone always shows 4 to 5,000 steps less than what my tracker is showing. And I would rather go by my tracker because it'll just be more accurate or closer to accurate. So cardio wise, I don't like to do too much cardio because you're training heavy as it is. And cardio, you don't want to put your body through too much stress. You want to make sure that you are recovering properly as well. So I find for me, low intensity steady state cardio is the way to go. Plus with walking, it's easy to track your progress. It's easy to increase the steps, increase the distance that you walk. And another thing is you don't feel hungry after walking. I mean, it doesn't take too much out of your body. When you do something that's high intense, like HIT training, that takes a lot out of you. And from my experience, I just get really hungry afterwards, and it's too much. And if it makes no difference to how much weight doing more cardio is going to help you lose more weight. I mean, in theory, it does, but you want to make sure that it is a cardio plan that you can follow. And for me, I would rather just walk every single day than do high intensity training. So cardio, it's important. Make sure you're doing your cardio. Training. Now, I recommend training each muscle group at least twice a week. This is for the most optimal progress, but I know that not everyone can train every muscle group twice a week, maybe dependent on your circumstances. Just make sure if you can only go to the gym 3-4 times a week, adjust your program, do upper lower. If you can train 6 times a week, great. Do push-pull legs or upper lower or full body. It doesn't matter what kind of training program you follow. Just make sure that you are hitting your muscle groups at least twice a week, because more volume equals more progress. Especially as a natural lifter, we need more volume because we aren't relying on these PEDs or these drugs to help us. So training wise, I have a training program also in my description box down below, which is the one that I followed. I have a full body split, and I also have a push-pull leg split, which goes for 8 weeks. So you can check that out, but it doesn't matter what kind of program you follow. Just make sure that you are sticking to it and you are being consistent, because no matter what your training is like, intensity and consistency is what matters. As long as you can push yourself in the gym every single day and you're consistent with that, that's all that matters. So make sure that you do find a plan, a program that's suitable for your needs and that you can be consistent with. Don't promise going to the gym 6 times a week when you can barely go 4 times a week. Go to the gym 4 times a week, but make that four times a week 100%. Give it 100%, and you're gonna see progress. So that's cardio and training. Now the last part is what really separates the superhero physique from any other aesthetic physique that you see on Instagram or on YouTube, is stretching. Being flexible was one of my main priorities during this transformation, because I'm a dancer. I love dancing. I love gymnastics, acrobatics. So for me, I still needed to be able to do everything. And since I was a kid, people used to tell me, especially older people, don't build muscle because you lose your flexibility. And that is the biggest myth. Building muscle isn't gonna, you're not gonna get less flexible just because you're building muscle. But if you don't stretch, that's what's gonna make you less flexible. So focus on stretching. I have a video going through my entire stretching routine for my legs and for my body in general in the description box. It'll be up here. You can check that out. But find a stretching routine that works for you. I would recommend stretching after every weights training session, because you're all warmed up, and then stretching just promotes recovery, and not just make you feel good. It will help you become more flexible, help you become more athletic, not just for now, but in the future. Stretching is massively underrated. And if you want to be athletic, if you want to be stronger, if you want to be able to do these things like a superhero physique, if you want a superhero-esque physique, then stretching and focusing on loosening up your body, focusing on becoming more athletic is a key principle. You have to You know, you have to be consistent with it, and you have to give it your 100% when it comes to stretching. Make sure that you do put in the time to stretch, even if it's 10 minutes after training. I'm sure everyone has 10 minutes. Stretching is just as important as weight training. It's just as important as dieting when it comes to building that superhero physique. Because it's nice to have a good physique, but what can you do with it? If you can't do anything, if you can't even, run, if you can't move your body, what is the point of having a good physique? What is the point of being healthy? So stretching and focusing on flexibility is key. I have to make sure that my training is on point, my food is on point, and my stretching is on point. I cannot compromise on any of these things, and neither should you. Follow these tips, follow these steps, and you will see progress. You will see your body start to transform in front of you, not just physically, but in how you feel, how you move, and just you will feel like a superhero. I hope this helps. I will see you guys in the next one.